Thanks so much. Right.
I'll just ask you, in terms of winning a seat, you came fourth last time, but what do you need to do to push it forward, to win those extra votes, to win that elusive fourth seat?
Well, I certainly believe we can win the seat this time round. We're asking people to lend us their vote. We're pretty confident it's going to be quite a low turnout, so it's important that we get the message across to all sectors of society. We're finding now that many people are turned off by politicians and politics in general. We've actually got to get that message out now that there is an option at this election that they can make a difference. If they don't vote, it's a wasted vote. So every vote is counted. It's on a PR system this time round, so we've got to make certain that people understand that there is a difference. The main parties in Wales who are standing, they're all on the same ticket. They all want to remain in the European Union. We do not. We want to leave. And I think there's a clear line in the sand there. So it's up to individuals now to get out and understand what the messages are and certainly make their vote count.
In terms of getting that message across, the key constituency that you have to target is the Labour vote, isn't it? Because the Labour vote is by far the largest vote. They're pretty much certain to share one seat each between the three largest parties. What can you say to those Labour voters to make them come over to you? Because they may well see you as a kind of shadow Conservative party.
Well, to start with, I'm an ex-Labour member. Several years ago actually, I canvassed and campaigned for the Labour Party throughout Wales. So there's a clear line there that I am from the old Labour group. So the fact that we're targeted by many saying we're an ex-Tory group or a new Tory group is wrong. We're made up from all sorts of political parties. We do need to get the message across. The old Labour vote were against the European Union. There's no question about that. It's just a Blair and all the spin. They changed their minds when they could see that they could get lots of opt-outs and perhaps better things for the unions and so forth, which has backfired on them. We've seen recently now that the unions are up in arms, or in fact the trade union members rather than the union leaders, because they're finding out now that the British workers doesn't stand up for what it's supposed to do. And I think we're finding at first hand, and members are finding first hand of unions, that they've been sold on the river by their big chiefs. So I think when the message starts to get across now that the only way that we can guarantee jobs for British people is that if we remove ourselves from the European Union. And I think the rank and file, and many people who are unemployed at the moment who've lost their jobs, they can see now at first hand that they're up against it because they've got these European people over here. Nothing against the fact that they've come over, they're hard-working people, but we should be in control of who comes into our country.
So you think there's fertile soil here for you in terms of gaining what is traditionally a left-leaning vote to what's perceived as being a right-leaning party now?
Absolutely. We've already found the work we've been doing in the valleys, a lot of old Labour members are switching off from the new Labour scenario. They're seeing now that they want to go back, they feel that they've lost their country, they feel that they've got no rights anymore, and they want someone to stand up for them. We can do that. And I urge people, what will happen is, on the 4th of June, we're not going to change the government in Westminster. Gordon Brown will still be there. We're not going to change the government in the Assembly. We're still going to have Rodri Morgan and Ian Williams running things in Wales. But we're asking to lend their votes so that we can send me across to the European Union, to Brussels, to stand up for people in Wales, to give the people of Wales what they really want, and that is their country back.
That's great. Thank you very much for that.
Thank you.